They would be actual little planes and tanks and people that were colored, and they looked like models, little tiny things that I could physically hold, and I could fly them through the air. Hey guys, welcome back to another Gimpys Gal Guesses. I'm going to be doing Cataclysm, A Second World War by GMT. Let's get on into this really quickly. And if I sound a little stopped up, I am a little sick, thanks to being in the hospital with my son a few times, so I apologize for that. If that irritates you, you may want to just watch another one of the Gimpys Gal Guesses videos, but we'll try to get through this as quickly as possible to keep this from bothering me or anyone else. So I really like the front of this. This is like, what is it called? The fallen hero, like, salute thing, like that they do. He has, I think there's a shirt and a hat that I got him that is for fallen troops and soldiers. So guys who have died in combat, that is what this is. And I really, really like this box. Obviously, I'm pro-military. Obviously, I have a strong connection to it with my husband being a disabled veteran. So this means a lot to me and a lot of our friends. So this box, I really just feel kind of like connected to it. So I really, really love the box. It's a really pretty, well, it's a really just heartwarming, what?
Don't forget the back.
I'm going to. I'm just taking this off. Ugh. I always do that. Let's take this stuff out and then I'll show you. Here is the back of the box. So it has Cataclysm, A Second World War. Looks like there's 2 maps and then the counters. So again, like on all the other boxes, it does say the contents. We have 2 half-size map sheets, 1 record display, 2 sheets of counters, 10 power, status, and ideology special rules cards, 3 identical 4-panel player aid cards, 1 crisis tables card, a rulebook, a playbook, 9 6-sided die in 3 colors, and 160 wooden cubes in 8 colors. Okay, this one has the game meter. Complexity, it is a 5, so it's medium, and then solitaire suitability is 7, which is considered high, so I assume this is a solitaire. It can be a solitaire, I guess, because on this side over here, it says, oh my good, that can't be right. So I usually read off like what it, ranks it as. We've kind of learned this as we've gone on, that a lot of these games will have like how difficult it might be and how long it may take you to play it. So this one says units and army groups, fleets, and air forces. Time says 2 years per game turn, a variable number of weeks or months per action. Players is 2 to 5. So that cannot be the play time. I mean, that 2 years per game turn, that can't be the actual. Okay, I'm probably having a dumb moment right now where my hair should be a different color so you can make the dumb blonde jokes about me, because there's no way. There is absolutely no way that it takes 2 years to complete a turn. So maybe what it's saying, now that I'm actually using my brain, is that a turn is equivalent to that time frame in the game, not in real life, right? Is that right? Is that right? Yes or no? He's just laughing at me. All right. So anyways, it doesn't say a time frame like gameplay on here, which threw me off because that's usually what the time on the back of the box means. But that's the back, and this is the front. We'll just stick this right here. All right, I'm gonna flip this over because it was in the box like this. So here are all of the little wooden counters that comes in 8 different colors. So here are a few of the colors here. Just little wooden cubes. I think these are cool to have in games because you can get more of them. Like, you can usually find these in all different colors anywhere, craft stores or Amazon. So if you lost them or if you needed more of them, these are kind of easy to add on your own. So those are like the wooden blocks. These are the just a D6, black, blue, and red. Nothing special there. Excuse me. Here's the rules of play. Again, I'm not going to try to read through the rule book like I've done in the past because that's kind of cheating. So this is the rule book. I don't see any, there's like design notes in here, but they're not like stop boxes. There's little boxes that do say important on them. Maybe that would be a good indication. Overview. All right. I'm just going to try to guess without reading the rule book because it's not really guessing. I can assure you I am not a professional gamer of any sort. I have absolutely no understanding of any of these games. I am honestly just guessing, and it's just for fun. We did the first one just to kind of try it out, and people seem to like it, so we've gone and continued on with it. But if you come to the World Board Gaming Championships next month, in, I think it's near Philadelphia. I can't remember the specific town that it's in, but we will be there with our family, so you will be able to meet me if you come. I'm sure I'll be making some stop-ins along with my husband throughout the time we're there, but you will definitely see that it is not my scene and it is not something that I do. So I just wanted to comment on that because it cracked me up. I was laughing about that. All right, so rulebook, I'm just gonna set this here for now. Like I said, I don't want to really read through it. Playbook, how to survive Cataclysm, comprehensive example of play, and then this has the scenarios in it. It's just cute. It says table of contents is how to survive a Cataclysm, comprehensive example of play, scenarios, and it lists your scenarios, and it says designer interview. So I guess you get to ask the interviewer some questions in the back of this. And then it says, so you want to start a war, bibliography, glossary, counter, blah, blah, blah. But the so you want to start a war thing is really piquing my interest because I don't know what that is all about. You want to start a war. Okay, so I guess this is cool because it gives you, like it says, strategies for the powers in Cataclysm. I don't know. I guess this is a very maybe detailed game where it's not just like a goal where, like the Gladiator game that I guess, I don't remember the name of it, but that one, the Empire one or whatever it was called, where you have a goal, like you defeat the other gladiator in the ring or you beat the other chariot. I don't think this one is like that. This one sounds like it's like you're building, and that's just my guess from what I've seen so far. And like with the little counters, I would assume that these probably represent either resources or people or countries, things like that. So there's, I think they said 8 different colors of these in here, so that's a lot to choose from. And the maps, let's look at these first. So there's 2 half size, so they look like this. This one is like Europe, and I don't know. I'm assuming it's like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a territorial type of game. Like you're trying to get territory, you're trying to get territory for different resources. It looks like there are little pictures of different things on the map. Like there's a fist there, there's like tools there, like city type stuff there. So it looks like that might represent what you gain if you gain control of that area, possibly. How you gain control of it, I don't know. All right, so I don't know. These maps, I don't know. They're just different territories. So this one looks like it's Europe. It says ETO map, and then this one says PTO map.
It might help if you fold it out.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out what the ETO and the PTO mean. Is it, so this is Asia, right? I think, I'm not a geography major. Like, I don't know, but I mean, obviously I know that like Mongolia, I don't know, is Mongolia Asia? Yeah. But then I'm not even going to say anything further because I'm just going to make myself look really stupid.
Lay 'em out.
So, what, together? Yeah, it looks like one is, that they kind of go together, right? So yeah, it goes like this or something, or like this. No, it goes like this, right? Like they overlap each other maybe? Or they're just next to each other. I don't know. They're like half maps. They're not like full size. But like all of the different little islands and stuff. I really think this is like a territorial game, and it's, what does it say, a Second World War. So obviously it's based on World War II. Let's see, Second World War, Cataclysm. I know what that word is, but I cannot for the life of me. Like I couldn't tell you what the definition of a cataclysm is or what exactly. It's something to do with caves, right? No, it's like a vast hole or something that's really detailed in depth. A cataclysm. I don't know. When I think cataclysm, I think of a cave or something to do with, like, what is that called? Spelunking or whatever. Like that's what I think of when I think cataclysm. What is it? What's a cataclysm?
A big bad thing that happens.
So I'm thinking catacombs when I'm thinking of caves. Cataclysm. What is like a catastrophe? I don't know. Whatever. I'm assuming that these two maps do kind of go together. How they're put together, I don't know. I don't know if you play on both of them at the same time or if it's just like to give it a smaller area to play, so you don't have to have it all spread across your table. You can kind of have them stacked on each other a little bit, or it's just a smaller area to play on. It makes it a little easier. So here are the counters. Show these really quick. So this is just arrows and pictures of military things and flags and different foreign words, and we have limited and operation surprised. So these are just like your normal type of counters. Hopefully you can see those front and back. And then second sheet is a little different, and it does say I do like these because it says on these counters, like up here it says sheet 1 or sheet 2 front, and then it says sheet 2 back. So that's good for people who might get confused on which is the front and which is the back. But these don't really look like my kind of counters. We all know I like the more functional counters that are like a vehicle or something cool like a ship and things like that I can move. I don't know what these mean. And when I see these, I just glaze over. But I see these and I think, ooh, yay, I get to collect things and I get to put things on the map. And my goal is to get as many of these as possible. Maybe that's how you win. But it said on the back of the box that it is solitary. Like it can be made into a solitaire game. So maybe there's like 2 kinds of sections to the game. And there's like a game where you can play 2 to 4 or 2 to 5 player, whatever it said. Where you're trying to take over different territories and push people out and get different things by gaining control of that territory. And then maybe once you've gained certain things, then there's a solitary aspect to it where you can kind of start to take over everything on your own. That's kind of my guess. So these are I know it said on there what type of cards. These are just all the different countries. It doesn't say. I mean, it just has like a little history thing on the back, and then on the front it just says like your stats, and you can keep track of all the different stuff that you get throughout the time, I guess. And there's one for all the different countries. So there's the United States, France, Japan, Italy, Germany, Soviet Union, United Kingdom. Those are all the countries. And then we have fascist power special rules, which we did see on the back of the box. So this is what those countries have special abilities to do. And then the communist power special rules, so same thing. And then democratic power special rules. And then on the back it just says an example of bombing air operation, invasion operation example, base capture naval operation example. So they give little examples on the back for different things you can do, or those countries can do. Record display. So this is where you keep track of the different countries, things they're doing. And this is the turn track. It's at 2 years. So we know why those are in 2-year increments, because that's how much time passes in a turn. We do know that. The rest of this, I really don't know. Victory point track. So you keep track of your victory points on here. It's just one of those. And then, oh my gosh, this one looks like I don't even want to. And I'm done. I don't know. I quit. Crisis table, we saw that. So I guess different things can happen that can cause a crisis. And then this is what can happen. I guess you roll. And if you get that, this is what will happen. We've done that in other games before where we've, drawn a card and it says crisis or attack, and we have to roll a dice, and if we roll this or this, then we find it on that chart and it tells what event happened. So I think that's what this is. These, it just says sequence of play, action phase, administration phase, action phase, end phase. So that's what these all are, the same thing, right? There's 3 of those that look like this. There is the front. Then it does open up. That is the inside. And then the back. So like I said, it has a sequence of play for each phase, I guess is what it's called. Like the administration phase, the action phase, the end phase. And then there's a few other things, obviously a bunch of other stuff that's on here. But I'm going to look at the sequence of play because I really don't know, just from looking at all of this stuff, if I could give a guess of here's the end goal, because I really don't know. My general guess is that these have something to do with your location on here and movement and territories and what you're taking over, what you're gaining, that kind of thing. So let me just read through this really, really quickly just to see if it gives me any better ideas. And if not, then I'm just going to have to pull this one out of thin air to guess, because I really don't have much of a guess as of right now. So it says sequence of play for the administration phase. Distribute turn track counters. So there's counters that are turn track counters. I don't know where those are, but they exist. We know that. Gain flags. So then it says for each what flags you gain or how many you gain for each country or whatever you fall under. Production is increasing effective disorder. Okay, so yeah, it looks like there's resources. You can convert those resources to different things. Like it says, convert resources to offensives. So I guess that means you can, it says build commitment conversion rate. I don't know. Construct units, gain war, offenses, repair. So yeah, I guess you're collecting these and then you can convert these into different things to further help the country that you are controlling or representing. Then action phase, it says resolving a flag, resolving an offensive, resolving a unit, resolving an upgrade. The following 3 must be resolved when drawn. So then it talks about different crises. Then it says check to see if the game ends. If the game does not end, empty the action cup and resolve remaining counters in the following order. So there's a cup involved. What? I don't know. I think I get the general gist of it without having to read through all of this, which would defeat the purpose of the Gimpys Gal guesses. But what it sounds like to me is that I was kind of right. You're going to be controlling one of these, however many there were. Let's see. You're going to be controlling one of these. I don't know if you just choose, if you get roll a dice to see. I don't know. There's 2 to 5 or 2 to 4 players. So each of you will have control of one of these countries. And then in this little book, it will tell you how many flags you collect for Germany or how many flags you collect for this in the sequence of play. And then I guess you're rolling and you're moving. And the resources are kind of like your payment. It's kind of how you get to do action. So if you want to push someone out of the way, or you want to build something, or you want to repair something, or expand something, or whatever it is you want to do, that's what these do. And you gain these by moving and taking over and exploring more territories on the map. And I guess you win depending on the, the crisis events. When they happen, there must be some type of victory that's able to be achieved during those events. So at the end of each turn, you kind of see if the game will end. And I guess your victory points determine when the game does end, who's the winner. That is my guess. I couldn't even repeat it back to you because it's so confusing. I'm just so confused. But I think I have generally what it is. So it's a Monopoly type of game. I know that's going to sound so stupid. He's probably going to pop up a stupid picture of Monopoly. But what I mean by that is you're moving and you're trying to buy territories or take over them, and then you gain resources from those territories and you use those resources to do other actions. And I guess whoever has either the most resources or the most victory points, is who wins the game. And then the solitaire part of it, I don't know if it's the exact same or if it's something that you can do with what you've already established in the game, if that makes sense. So that is my guess. Hopefully it made sense, and I do apologize again. I am so sorry that I'm stuffed up and it bugs me probably more than it bugs anybody else, so I apologize. But this was Cataclysm's Second World War. It is by GMT, and we will probably try to get another couple of these up before we go to the World Board Gaming Championships. But if not, if you're going to be there, stop in and say hi to myself and Gimpy. I know you don't know what he looks like. Well, you probably do if you've seen him on Facebook. But anyway, stop in and say hello. We will both be there. Him more than me, but I will be there with him. And we look forward to seeing you guys there. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!